Looks like I really did need a break. The game's still bullshit. Yeah, you guys know that whole me saying I'll do one thing and then doing a 180 a little later down the line? Yeah, I think from now on I'm just gonna shut my mouth and let my content speak for itself. That sound good? Yeah? Alright. Cool. So, as promised in my last Universe 2 build video, we're kicking off this new series of builds with the Ball family build for Viscal, my Arcosian Key Blaster. Now, some of the details of my original Glass Cannon build persisted to the Ball family build as well. This includes stuff like the QQ Bang and the stats. So before we get to the real meat of this build, here's a quick reminder. As per the usual formula of my build videos, let's quickly touch up on stamina break combos. Unfortunately, aside from a couple basic combos that require precise timing to be effective, and the knockback reverse dash method being completely unreliable due to inconsistent map placements, the only stamina break combo I'm comfortable using with an Arcosian is knocking back my opponent, chasing them and pressing the A button, then X, then using a light stamina break. Next, let's talk about gear. Again, I already mentioned that my QQ Bang was the exact same as my Glass Cannon, so let's just move on to the outfit. With this build, I wear Mira's top, which is purchasable from the clothing shop, GT Vegeta's bottoms from PQ96 the Shadow Dragons, the Time Patroller gauntlets and boots, which are part of the default outfit for new characters, and the Resistance helmet, which you can buy from the TP shop. The super soul used with this build is one that you've seen on my builds before, so you can probably infer as to what transformation I use when I tell you that the super soul is I've been saving this, Kaioken. So to give you a brief summary of how I mainly use it, this soul makes it so that Kaioken times 3 doesn't drain or regen stamina and gives you a power boost that makes it only slightly weaker than Potential Unleashed, while giving you similar ki recovery. I've used this once on a previous build, but my Arcosian Viscal makes substantially better use of it than my Earthling Striker. In fact, Arcosians are the best users of Kaioken, second only to female Majins. While female Majins can recover much faster after being forced out of Kaioken thanks to their fast stamina recovery, Arcosians have a passive ability that allows them to recover stamina while using basic attacks. This passive carries over to Kaioken times 3 as well, essentially providing you a means to regen any lost stamina, assuming you can stay on the offensive. Since we're already on the topic of skills, I may as well just continue down the list. As the name of this build implies, this build is centered around Ki Blast in the shape of spheres, so the first skill on this list, which you get by training with Raditz, is Saturday Crash, aka the Sister Ball, which I will be referring to it as for the rest of the video. Dealing a minimal amount of damage for one ki bar, the Sister Ball's main purpose lies with its paralysis effect on your opponent. It doesn't last as long as the stun effect for something like Dragon Burn, but depending on the distance you fired it from, it gives you just enough time to charge in for a combo. Add on the fact that this move travels quickly and tracks aggressively, you have an excellent finisher for most of the Arcosian's basic combos, including the knockback attack. The second skill, Focus Flash, aka the Brother Ball, is the best and most consistent method of dealing damage with this build. If you land the initial blast, you'll follow up with a large barrage of smaller ki blasts that deal a decent amount of damage. While there aren't any effective ways to land the Brother Ball without your opponent either having their stamina broken or simply being too inept to notice the big blue ball on a collision course with their face, the move works especially well with a throw, the knockback attack, or the 5 heavy attack combo. Just be wary of map placement and where your opponent lands, because this can affect whether or not the move connects. If you want the Brother Ball, you can purchase it from the TP Metal Shop. If you want an easier method to land Brother Ball as well as the soon-to-be-mentioned Mother and Father Ball, then we have a familiar face included in this build, which you can get from PQ34 Return of the Ginyu Force. Dubbed the Baby Ball for this build, that familiar face is Crusher Ball. What the Baby Ball lacks in power and speed, it makes up for in spades with its utility. In fact, the Baby Ball, Eagle Kick, Dodoria Headbutt, and the Gotcha Super Soul are probably the best alternatives to a heavy stamina break for races that can't combo into stamina breaks effectively. The Baby Ball is here as a setup skill for both the Brother and Father Ball, and will mainly be used after comboing into a light stamina break. The final super attack for this build isn't really related to the Ball family at all, it's just my obligatory defensive skill. Gained from PQ51, Great Saiyaman is here, Burst Rush does a 4-hit combo when activated and is considered to be one of the best counter moves in the game. There's nothing really special about using this skill for this build, but you can land the Sister Ball after the final hit. Next up are the parents of this family, starting with the Super Vanishing Ball, or as we like to call it, the Mother Ball. Even after its most recent patch, the Mother Ball still struggles with tracking opponents at closer ranges, so it's still really only effective after knocking them back when their stamina broken. Luckily, it can be easily followed up with the Father Ball of this family's Supernova Cooler. Nearly a direct upgrade to Mother Ball in every way, combining these two ultimates results in a damn near insta-kill even when you aren't in a transformed state. While it has its own problems landing on grounded opponents and disappearing without doing any damage, it also shares the Brother Ball's ability to be used perfectly after the Baby Ball, and can also land after a knockback attack. You can get the Father Ball by training with Cooler, and I think you can get the Mother Ball from the TP shop. It's been a while since I unlocked it, so I'm not entirely sure. And finally, we have the black sheep of the ball family, Energy Field. Since you can Z-Vanish out of most combos in Xenoverse 2, escape moves don't really have the same utility that they had in Xenoverse, so I chose this move for the simple reason that it has some use in battle and it looks kinda cool. To finish up this video, let's talk about the build's 3 signature combos. The first of which, only costing you a single key bar, has you comboing into a light stamina break, doing a 6 light, 5 heavy combo, then immediately firing Brother Ball. You can modify the basic attack combo after the stamina break in several ways to account for whether or not your opponent is using something like Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black Super Soul, or if you want to try firing another Brother Ball. The 2 ways that I tend to modify this combo is to just do a straight 5 heavy attack combo, or do a 6 light 4 heavy combo. In case I didn't make it obvious enough, the goal here is to end it with that spinning tail attack before using Brother Ball. The next signature combo takes 7 total key bars to complete and can be shortened to account for your opponent's stamina size. Start by comboing into a light stamina break a distance above the ground, then launch the Baby Ball. Immediately afterwards, sick Father Ball on the Limp Bastard, and if your opponent has a long enough stamina bar, descend a tad bit, then launch Brother Ball to finish the job. The reason you need to take your opponent's stamina bar into account is because an opponent with less stamina can recover faster and make Brother Ball not hit for its full damage. Lastly, we have the easiest to use, most powerful, but most expensive signature combo of this build. Once again, start with a light stamina break, then immediately knock back your opponent. Afterwards, send Mother Ball to give a taste of the power of the Ball family, then send Father Ball to finish the job. As I alluded to earlier, even if you aren't transformed, this combo is almost an insta-kill and will likely win you a match halfway through. Well, I think this was a successful return of the second most popular series on my channel, and before you ask, no, I'm not going to do those guides again. I feel like doing those would give off the impression that I'm trying to stay a primarily Xenoverse YouTuber, and I don't want that to be the case. I still plan on doing another Warframe build, and I do have those character breakdowns for Garden Warfare 2 that I want to do. Xenoverse 2 is just, or at least will be, just one among the pile of games that will be encompassed by this whole build video style that I like doing, and hopefully you guys enjoy watching. There will also be those occasional random videos and soon to be frequent streams of new games in the future, and oh my fuck, there I go again. Good God, I can't even stick to my word for just a single video, just fucking, god damn.